Whoa, Daisy, what was that? Where are you going? Who's out there? Who's out there? We gotta get ready to go to an estate sale. Even though it's snowy out there, we gotta find out. Who's that? Who is that? I don't see anyone. I don't see. Oh, two little doggies down there. Two little dogs, two little friends. Yes. You sprung right into action, Daisy. I like your little snowflake shirt that Mrs. Primetime put on you. But we gotta get ready. Let's go out to that estate sale, all right? See what we can find. Get some treasures. All right, everyone, welcome back. It's Dominic, the Primetime Treasure Hunter. We are off right now to that estate sale. There's only one going on today. It's from my favorite estate sale dealer I always talk about, so I'm excited to see what is going to be on tap when we get there. It's about 20 minutes away. Estate sale starts at noon, so let's get on over there. Okay, we are here. It is cold outside, as you can probably surmise from seeing the snow. Not freezing, but it's 40 degrees, and that keeps away a lot of people from the sales, but we still have a sizable enough line here, so we are just going to get ourselves in there. I am not on the list, but hopefully I'll still get in at a decent space. You can see there are a lot of people there right now, but I'm not too worried about it because patience is really the key with these sales. It's not really so much who gets in first, it's having patience. So that's the house. Just got to get a spot and we'll get in there. So a little closer view right there of the house. All right, we're in. Time to head down the basement. It's where I go first if I don't know anything else. That's definitely a good first pickup, this lawyer sign for $3. That's pretty neat. Nice wood sign. Definitely always use rubber bands, so pick these up as well. Won't even cost anything. So we've got some nice vintage Army posters here, and I'm just gonna pick them all up. Not only Army, but Air Force as well. These sell pretty well, so definitely gonna pick up the stack. I'll show a few more of them here. Nice condition too. I mean, a few little tears here and there, but not bad. Colors are nice. A few tears here and there are not bad for vintage posters. People still buy them. There's a ton of them. There's really a lot. And the funny thing is, they're just not going to cost much at all. They're just blowing this stuff out. Right in the basement, like I said, it's the first place I went. I just have a thing about I keep finding posters for some reason. A lot of people ignore them because they're rolled up. And I could use those rubber bands to make them easier to carry around. So I'll just roll them all up within one another. Another one. I gotta roll these back up. See, the rubber band just makes this 10 times easier. So there we go. Easy to carry around now. Nothing's gonna unfurl, open up. We're all set. And we've got more to look at. We've got these bicentennial prints here as well. I'm just gonna buy them all because it's just, you know, there's just so many of them, and they're all good. They're all in nice shape, and it's just gonna be one bulk price for everything. So this is not like the barn situation where there are just so many posters. I mean, there are hundreds of them to sort through. So this is much easier to deal with and manage. Just show you the rest of them here. If anyone sees one they like, just let me know and I will make a deal for you as usual. This one's pretty neat. Hey,
see the picture?
This one's too damaged, but whatever. Just throw them all in. Now I'm going to show you a little tip here. This is the advantage of taking two boxes that you have around the similar size, one within the other, because it helps protect when you have prints like this that you can't really roll up. This board is too thick to really roll up, and this you don't want to roll up either. So what I do in this situation is just slide them right over here, and this is going to protect them because you're going to have this little space here, this little space here, and I'm just going to push it down a little more when I get the camera out, and you'll see it goes in really nice. Okay, there we go, just like that. Now they are nice and protected. You see, carry them around. This is the way to do it, folks. These red ones from Boston, they don't sell for much, only about maybe $12. So I'm not going to bother popping it off, but look for the silver ones.
You'll be busy soon enough.
See, people leave stuff like this here all the time because it looks boring, right? Doesn't look like there's anything amazing about it. But pre-owned, these sell for about as high as 100. And this is still new, sealed, never been opened. And the clue to that is Super 8. Anything that is vintage tape related, you should always look it up, whether it looks boring or not. So this alone is a great pickup right here. It's a vintage Marymount pennant, so I'm gonna pick this up. Now, as much as I say to make sure you look into things that are vintage film related, don't make the mistake of thinking that they're all valuable. Even if they look super cool, like this right here. This is an old Keystone 81 film projector. Has a maximal value of about 36 bucks. So with something that's this heavy and big, you want to pass on that every time. The only exception would be if you had someone local who you knew who would want to pick it up and you could get it for really cheap. That's the only way. And I don't have anyone local to flip that to, so I don't have like a shop or anything like that, so I pass up on that item. All right, nothing on the first floor, so just gonna check out if there's anything upstairs. This is exactly why I start in the basement first, because there's absolutely nothing in here at all to resell. Unless you wanted to try to sell those stained valances and window dressings, but no thanks. Not much up here. Most of the rooms are marked do not enter. So just gonna head downstairs, check out the garage. See, once again, people leaving stuff like this behind. This Porter cable model 100M. Now, it does have some wear, but not worried about it. Someone's still gonna pick that up, especially if I have it at the best price. So you could see here, I've plugged it in and you'll see it still works really well. These things always held up pretty good, so you can listen right here. So here we go, all wrapped up. Value is about 60, and always imagine how you're going to ship it. This is a perfect candidate for pirate ship, cubic rate shipping. Small, heavy, perfect. Will be less than 10 bucks to ship. It is why I gotta test these things out, because this is a power block wood planer. It would have had a value of around 55 if it worked, but the problem is it blew a fuse when I tried to get it to work. So it worked for a second, but it's dead. So I'm gonna leave it behind. Okay, I see something else that people left behind for prime time. And these battery chargers, again, it's another example of something that just looks boring, but it actually has value. All you gotta do is plug it in and you'll see that it works. So I'm just gonna put it in right here and you'll see there it works. The value on the pass load impulse model number 900200 is right around 35 bucks. So just gonna pick this up as well. sometimes come across these miscellaneous junk boxes or bins. Always check through them. You won't always find something good in there, but sometimes you will. Again, it might look boring, but this manual starting switch is about a $25 piece. So I'm gonna just put that right in the box as well. This right over here that I showed you before, just couldn't talk, there were too many people around. This is a ratchet drill. It's a really cool piece. It works pretty well as far as I can tell. So some of these could go up to over $100 and it's just laying there right on the shelf there. So, you know, this is what some of the other parts of the garage look like, but I've pretty much gone through it and extracted all the valuable stuff out of here that everyone left behind. Remember, it's the last place that I went to at this estate sale. All right, folks, so we're done. I'm going to show you the total price I paid for everything in just a moment. I'm going to make this wrap up a little shorter than usual. I'm not going to show all the items again because I already showed them all and had a chance to talk to you about them. Now, that lawyer sign that you saw in the beginning, it's the first item that I took off the wall in the basement. That sign that I picked up for $3, that's a $35 sign. So when you factor in everything else that I purchased there, I'm going to be in profit from just that one item. How is that possible, you say? Well, this is the total price that I paid for everything. Hope you could see it with the glare, but that's $23. They spelled my name wrong again, but oh well, it's D-O-M-I-N-I-C. But there you go, $23 price tag for everything. This is why you want to try to go to estate sale dealers that you have a good relationship with that are just blowing out inventory. So that's why I say this is my favorite estate sale dealer to go to. So, and there's others in the area like this, not just this particular person or group of people, but this is the one that I tend to have the most success with. So I keep going back. Okay, so a few final summary points about today's video. Make sure that you go into that basement area first if there's nothing else that you know about the house, or possibly the attic if there is one. That's the two areas where people tend to store the most valuable stuff that's been there for the longest time. That's where you're going to tend to find the vintage. Now, if along the way to the basement or to the attic, you happen to come across a room that's filled with a lot of items that you happen to know a lot about, it's in your niche area, then by all means, stop, look those items over, and then head into the basement or the attic. The other thing is make sure you are looking at items that seem boring and that are not in your niche area. I don't do a lot of stuff personally with tools. I mean, I have tools, but it's not something that I'm really into. I'm not a woodworker. I'm not a metal worker. I'm not a carpenter, you know, nothing like that. I'm not a machinist, but I know that these items sell. I've showed you these things on my Instagram, you know, in the Facebook group, in some of the what's sold videos in terms of what some of these old power tools can go for, as well as some of the old hand crank tools as well. So make sure you're checking those out. You know, the most valuable item that I picked up today is probably the one that looked the most boring, which was that Super 8 item that was sitting there on that shelf, that new sealed item. I know it's actually an incredible piece. Go look up, check the comps on it, you'll see. But I know everyone left it there because it just looked boring. So always check your comps, and that's also going to help you figure out the items not to pick up. Don't be ashamed to take that phone out, look things up. I could care less what anyone thinks. Just look that stuff up. And another little tip here to pass on to you to speed things up, because if you have to type every single thing in when you're checking comps, it could really take a long time. So use the microphone feature and just speak in lightly. So whatever it is you're looking up, just say that right into the phone, and it'll search eBay way faster. So that's just a little tip to use when you're out and about sourcing. In regards to those Department of Defense and the Air Force art prints, some of those I've seen go for $35 or more per print. So, you know, to pick all of them up for the total price of $23 with everything else is just a great score with these vintage military posters. So that's it. Make sure you turn into my live show this Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll have Eric the College Picker on. This guy is a legendary picker, legendary reseller. Just to give you an example, I said this in my video yesterday, but if you didn't see it, this guy bought a $1.50 Levi's jean jacket and flipped it for over $5,000 on Etsy. So if that doesn't pique your interest, I'm not sure what will. Make sure you come by, join in the chat. It's going to be a fun time. Come to the Reselling Resource Center on Facebook. We've got over 13,000 members there. We've started reseller battles there where we have people battling to sell items in the quickest amount of time during the day. It's already generated a bunch of sales. It's become a very popular event. So there's so many things to come and learn and see there. So come on by and join us. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. All the links are going to be down below in the description section, as well as to my Instagram account at prime_time_treasure. I'll see you back at the next video, everyone. Take care. Bye, pretty. Say bye to everybody. See you at the next video. Bye-bye.